My name's Annie and I've been in recovery now for 4 months. My two main passions, the things that have seen me through my recovery, are music and running, my personal fitness. And put that creativity and that activity together and you've got someone who's more than happy in recovery, and long may it continue.
Hi, I'm Phil. I'm a year dry now and my life's much better. I'm kind of focusing on the things that I'm really interested in, and my passions are the beach, the gym, the church. I come here and sing each week, and family life means a massive amount to me. I'm much better with my family, and all things considered, my life has been turned around in the last few years.
Hi, my name's Claire Kennedy. I'm in long-term recovery. I haven't had a drink or a drug for 18 years now. Recovery has given me an ability to be a loving mummy, a caring wife, a real passion for my Christian faith, and a passion for building assets within our community, like the Street Brighton.
My name's Kevin Kennedy, and I've been in recovery for 17 years. Recovery, what is that word? What does it mean, recovery? Well, to me, it means I no longer have to drink on a daily basis.
Hello, my name's Tim, and I've been in recovery for nearly 5 years now. At the moment, I'm trying to turn my love of nature and the outdoors into a workable social enterprise to help other people who are struggling to engage with it as well and get the same benefits that I did.
Hi, my name's Kathy. I am 18 years clean today. Hooray! Things that rock my world are my family, my children, having a roof over my head, lovely partner, and I've made some wicked new friends doing this course.
Hello, my name is Kevin Kennedy, and I'm a recovering alcoholic. Now, what does that word recovering mean? Well, to me, it means, I used to want to drink every single day of my life, and I used to. Didn't matter whether it was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, it didn't matter, I just needed to have a drink every single day. And now, I don't need to drink every day. That's my recovery. This film is about redressing the balance.
Well, I detested drink. I had an alcoholic parent, and that was an extremely hard childhood and a hard thing for me to grow up with, so I actually loathed the thought of alcohol. Going out as a teenager, I'd pour my drink away into the bushes. I never drank. I hated it. Hated the taste, the smell, and I hated what it did to my family.
My journey started when I was around 16 years of age, and I think my first addictive behaviour was fear, to be honest, and I think I was a very frightened young lady, frightened of everything. Didn't really have an ability to express my emotions. Lots of different things happened in my life, and rather than externalise what was going on, I internalised, and I used drink and drugs and men and other people's problems to anaesthetise my emotions.
I drank every day, and part of me thought I wasn't an alcoholic because I managed it, and I managed most of the time to work, managed to pay my bills, managed to hold conversation, relationships, children, all those things, but always had alcohol next to me throughout all that. So part of me was just a drinker while other people were alcoholics. And then I realised that I was a bit different, that I had to have it. It wasn't funny anymore.
Obviously, being someone who spent a lot of time sitting in a bedsit, getting high and drunk, I used to have lots of wild flights of fancy about, it'd be amazing if I could go and see this band, or if I could go and watch this event or something like that. And I lived in a fantasy world, really, and now my world has opened up into reality.
And I recall myself scrabbling around on my floor, having finished a load of crack cocaine, and I was literally on my hands and knees on the floor looking for crumbs of drugs and putting bits of fluff off the carpet on a crack pipe.
I guess my moment of clarity, the moment where it switched for me, was after many years of abuse to my body, loss of friends, jobs, family, partners, homes, cars, guitars, everything, you name it, I lost it. My world didn't exist. I actually started shoplifting because of my alcoholism, and I actually had to go into prison on remand.
My real moment of clarity where I actually actively engaged in a recovery process started when I started attending 12-step meetings for family members, which was called Al-Anon. That was 20 years ago. And I went there with the intention of saving my husband, who was really very poorly at the time. He was nearly dying. And I thought that they were going to teach me how to save him and, be a saviour, really. Little did I know that really I was going to find me.
What I've lost as a result of drinking for 37 years is time. Mostly time, relationships, the quality of relationships. I've had all the relationships that most people have. I'd have girlfriends, I've got children, I still talk to my mum. But what I've lost is the quality of that time. It's always been tinged with the effects of alcoholism. I've lost my driving licence 3 times. I've walked out of countless jobs. I've had 200 jobs at least. I stopped counting at 200 since I started work. I've been self-employed. I've never made anything of self-employment, probably because of drink. So that's work, driving licence, money. I mean, I've bumped along the bottom since I can remember. I've never managed to save any money up. I've learnt to live without it.
It relates to alcohol. I had a near fatal car crash through my own stupidity of drink driving. I drove home from a gig one night, completely drunk, and I hit the curb. The car flipped over several times. It all went in slow motion, but I ended up pretty much upside down in a ditch in the middle of the night. I walked away from the wreckage somehow, but there was blood everywhere. There was no glass in contact with the car. No one could see the car. It was just hidden, and I decided to try and walk home. I wasn't really thinking clearly at all, and the police couldn't find my body with the car. They went and searched for me and did find me hours later, but during that time they had knocked on my parents' door, and my parents had that dreaded policeman standing there, and they told my parents that I was missing and presumed dead.
I will fly. Heaven's angels are holding mine now, as I wonder how I got here. I just count my lucky stars, and I thank you for your helping hand, and I thank you for helping me to stand.
That could have been a possibility, a real possibility. However, it was alcohol that caused it, my own stupidity that caused it. But what I can't get out of my head is that I could have taken someone else's life in the process, not only myself, but some innocent person who had nothing to do with my addiction. And funnily enough, I was in my early 20s, but it didn't stop me giving up alcohol for the next decade, the next 10 years. It's almost like it didn't happen. And I need to remind myself of the possibilities that could happen through alcohol, the fatal possibilities that can happen. So If I Fall was actually written about the people who helped me then, my mum and my sister predominantly, but now it can apply to everyone around me in recovery. The angels on earth, as I call them, that that are there for me, support me regardless, and keep me as strong as I am today. So yeah, If I Fall is about my personal saviours and what would happen if I were to fall. I've got you, you know.
Heaven's angels are. Heaven's angels are.
4 years ago or so, in 2011, I moved down to Brighton purely because I'd heard that there was loads of services and free food basically for people who were living on the street. I had some really horrific experiences with trusting the wrong people when I came down here, and I was just living day to day, not knowing if I was going to wake up or where I was going to sleep. I was sleeping on the streets. I was finding places just to hide away and sleep, and not knowing if I was going to be safe. And luckily a guy came along at the right moment when I was desperate enough to ask him for help.
So I was 20 weeks pregnant, and it was the 20th of June 1998, and that's when I went into recovery. That was my first day of recovery in a private clinic, and that's where it all began, really.
It's taken a while. It's taken a long while, and it's taken a lot of hard work, not just on my part, but all of the people that have been supporting me through this. All the separate teams, pavilions, my peer mentor, where I live in phase 1, 52 people with addiction problems, most of them. You know, you see it every day. You see deaths, you see collapses, you see illness, you see dirt, I see what my life used to be on a daily basis, and it's a good reminder for me because sometimes you forget. You can wake up one day feeling great in recovery and think that life's brilliant.
I've been given my life, I've been given my family, I've been given so many beautiful friends in recovery. It's the least I can do, you know. My recovery is everything, and today my recovery's given me my faith, you know, and I'm not ashamed to talk about my faith.
What I do to maintain my recovery is to talk about it, is to share and open up to everybody else, and make myself less private of an individual. I don't carry the burden I used to carry. I let people know that that's my burden. I go to church every week and sing, and I go to a recovery group every week, which I love. I made friends there, and I can see that they're on the same journey as me. They've had all kinds of problems, and they're my favourite people.
It was different this time, really, because I'd reached a point where I was backed into such a corner that I had no other direction to go in.
I'm alive. I'm able to look after my children after having children taken away from me. Just family, friends. The fact that I'm just not this little monster that's forever scrabbling around trying to find money down the back of the sofa for my next fit.
In recovery today, for example, something I wouldn't have been able to do before, wake up feeling fresh as a daisy, you know, have my morning coffee, have a piece of toast, put on some nice clean clothes, get on a bus without anxiety, without panic attacks, you know, without sweating or feeling sick, without having that nervousness or that constant thought about when's my next drink, where am I going to get it from, when am I going to have it.
It's everything. I've got to be honest. Recovery is in. Ask my children. They will be the first to say, "Mummy, that's all you talk about. It's recovery." And it's true. You know, every element of my life is touched by recovery. I work in the field of recovery. I'm a recovery coach in the private sector, working with high functioning alcoholics and addicts, and I work in the community with hard to reach communities and, you know, people that don't necessarily think that they've got a problem.
I go to church and I think my favourite people here are the ones who've been to hell and back. And I see them across the room and I think, I know you, I understand where you're coming from. And they become my friends. And so what I do is I share it with them, they share it with me, and I'm liking this.
So recovery for me is any day where I can wake up in the morning and go to bed at night, and in the intervening hours I haven't felt like I needed to introduce something into my body.
But just like this marvellous view behind me in the sunshine, clouds lifted after I'd been in treatment, and life really started for me. 18 years down the line, life's fantastic. It's absolutely brilliant. I've got 5 beautiful children. Luckily, number 3 wasn't affected by my drug use, and she's absolutely amazing and beautiful and a total superstar. And what keeps me here is my gratitude list every morning that I still do. I'm grateful that I open my eyes in the morning. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for my sobriety. I'm grateful that I've got a roof over my head, and life's just about gaining new experiences and moving forward rather than going backwards and losing things.
Help with these amazing groups, these amazing courses which are all out there. I go to a recovery college course on relaxation, and since I've started that, I don't get my anxiety, my panic attacks. I don't have to have that drink to be able to sit and go on a date or go and visit my parents or just sit in a meeting or get on a bus. Life is easy now, and I never saw that my whole life, and it's taken a long time to find myself, go through a bit of a rubbish patch, but come out the other side feeling so much stronger, and with the thought that the rest of my life is going to feel like this, and if this is the way it's going to feel, I'm all right with that.
I've got a beautiful family. I've got a lovely sister, and sadly I lost my mum and dad, but I was so fortunate to have been in recovery and to be able to be there for both my mum and dad and their dying days, you know. I was able to be the daughter that I was meant to be. You know, I didn't worry them and I didn't concern them. I was able to be there for them, and those are the memories that keep me warm at night now.
I'm enjoying, the things I'm enjoying which I didn't used to enjoy are a regular lifestyle, the prospect of being integrated into the world around me. I'm starting to integrate into society, I'm starting to become a fully padded out member of the place where I live, doing all those things, you know, being helpful instead of counterproductive, talking to people, opening up, sharing my thoughts and feelings, not being afraid to be seen and not being afraid that people know all about me. I've got nothing to hide. I mean, you know, I'm a guy who had a problem.
It has to come by yourself. You said so, I keep on riding. I don't stop feeling I hold my life in my hands. I know that it's gone.
I was able to go and see my favourite American football team, the San Francisco 49ers, play a game live at Wembley Stadium. And it was an amazing experience, and it's something that I wouldn't have even dreamed of being able to do. I've also attended concerts. I've been to see one of my favourite bands of all time, Less Than Jake, over here in Brighton, and yeah, it's you know, all the opportunities I've had to do things, and I've opened up my horizons into being able to go back to things that I was interested in as a kid. You know, I always loved nature. I love wildlife, and I've been, you know, I've been able to sign up for membership of things like the Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust and the RSPB.
I still have bad days. Can't say I don't. Still very bad self-body image, which I struggle with on a daily basis. But it's not enough to make me pick up a drug. And that's my story, and long may it continue.
Well, the Dry Bar project is something I'm very excited and privileged and honoured to be a part of. It's a new thing that's been set up by the Kennedy Street project itself, and it's a place where people in recovery or people in support of recovery want to go and just have a fun-filled, alcohol, drug-free evening. No complications, no hangover. With live music, smoothies, juices, coffees, dancing, silliness, fun, chit-chat. Well, that's big launches tonight, and I'm really excited to be not only a part of it, but to be going along as a sober person in recovery with people in the same boat as me, but also people in support of recovery, family and friends, all getting together just to celebrate the fact that we're here, we're alive, we're kicking. And it will just be like a normal club-type environment with dancing, DJs, smoothies, juices, and a lot of fun and giggles and dancing along the way. So I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm Nick and I'm a recovering addict and I've been abstinent for 12 and a half years. I'm very grateful for the life I live today and my creativity in DJing has come out and I'm very pleased about that.
Hi there, my name is Anna. I'm a mum and I am a DJ and I am 7.5 years clean and sober in a very happy camper.